Hello! Today I will show you our new standard paddle from Aqua Marina. Hi! Today we received our new standard paddle from Aqua Marina. Unfortunately, the board is a bit too big for our recording studio, but I try my best to show you the unboxing. Here you can see the packaging. As you can see, it is the 2020 model Supertrip. The board is in flat label and is 3.7 meters long. On the side of the packaging you can find some data, for example the maximum pressure of 15 psi, the number of the handles, and some other information. On the back you can find some information about the content of the set. For example, the air pump, the backpack and the fin. And on the other narrow side there are warnings and the technical data. Let's open the packaging. As you can see, the board is packed directly into the backpack. Now briefly to the supplied parts. This includes a red air pump, the fin and a repair kit. Now let's take a closer look to the backpack. The material is nothing special. It fulfills the purpose of transport, but no more than that. Now let's take a look in the inside. The board is sealed in a protective film. Keep your attention with the knife. Caution is clearly required. After all, you don't want to damage the board. As you can see, pretty much everything is protected with foil. The material makes a solid first impression. In terms of strength, this can be compared with a truck top. But since the board is too big for our studio, I will show you the board outdoor later. Let's open the accessories. Let's start with the fin. This makes a solid and high quality impression. The Aqua Marina logo can be found on both sides. There's also a mounting clip on the fin. Now let's open the air pump. There are in total 3 elements here: the pump itself, the hose and a set of replacement sealing rings. The tube has a board connector on the one side and a brad on the other. The processing quality is also very good, and the pump also makes a good first impression. According to my information, this should have a double effect. In other words, it pumps air into the board in both ways, when it's pulled up and when it's pushed down. On the top is a pressure gauge. The connection for the hose is also located at the top of the handle. Let's go outside. Here you can now see the board in its full unfolded length. I will show you the effort to inflate the board. First of all, the hose should be attached to the pump. The other end goes into the valve on the back of the board. For your comparison, I will also stop the inflation time. In the beginning, the pumping is very easy. The board has reached its target shape at around 8 psi. This only took me about 3 minutes. But according to the manufacturer, the board has to be filled up with about 15 psi. So let's go on. At around 10 psi, pumping becomes more difficult. And I also need a few breaks. The 10 till 15 psi range is really tough. An inexperienced person quickly reaches his limits here. I also have to lean on the pump with a lot of weight. I have now stopped at around 13 psi. And here it is really difficult. The whole thing cost me about 8 minutes. Finally, nearly the board is ready to use. You only have to mount the fin. The assembly is very simple. The fin is inserted from the front and is fixed with a safety pin. The board is now ready for use. To be able to repack the board, the air has to be removed. You can do this either with using the air pump or the yellow pin on the valve. I will do it manually with the yellow pin because I find it a lot easier and faster. Now to my conclusion. I think the board is great. Quality, price and performance fit for me. Our first test drives were also great. We used the board with 3 people without any problems. Our load was about 200 kilograms. It is a little more difficult to drive with several people at the same time than alone, but with a little practice you get used to it. The board rides very well and stable on its own. A great board. I would therefore buy the board again in a heartbeat. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, we would be very happy if you leave a like, sub or comment.